Hi, Ron here. This video is going to focus on intraday use of the course methods intraday. And what we're going to do is going to focus on a specific way of doing it intraday, and that is with what I call cookie cutter trades, things that are pretty much mechanical, and so that you don't wind up, is it this or is it that, or stuff like that. And we'll take a look at several different techniques, and we'll see what kind of regularity they come in with. We'll be looking at ES charts. Let's bring up some ES charts. Boom, there's ES charts. And we'll be looking at different types of signals. And so these, I'll be doing a seminar, and the seminar will cover various types of intraday signals. Now, and this will, and these types of techniques are typically covered in different portions of the material. Let's take an example. Everybody who's taken the advanced course these days gets a manual. In the manual is the golden pivot rule. Okay, if you look at this chart here, it's a 60-minute ES chart, and you simply look right over here and you see basis golden pivot rule. You have a really nice entry right here that takes you for a really nice ride. Okay, I did a check on this historically, and I made a video about it. I mean, there's a lot of them. That's just using this one simple concept. If you take a look at intraday charts using what's in your manual, I think you'll find some very interesting things in there. Okay, so rather than go over each and every one of these things, we're also going to take a look at some of the regularity in some of the other signals that I personally have graduated to, that I find more interesting. And one of these is what I call the power move. As you may recall, I sent out a thing that, gee whiz, down we go here, nice little power move. And a power move, wherever I put a 6 on one of these charts, is a move that has a really good probability of going 2% or more within a 48-hour window. So I'm looking for a quick move, right? And this obviously was a power move down. And with these power moves, of course, I know what direction I'm looking for. So this was a power move down, and this was a power move up. And I think on this one here, at this point in time, I wound up getting in down here about 1120, and when we were up here about 1150 or so, I had more than my 2%. And so this had already, and my 48-hour window was closing right around here, and at this point in time, and so it fulfilled criteria. And so wherever you see the 6s on the charts are where we have those power moves, and power moves occur on a regular basis. We have those probably on the average of 4 or 5 a month. Okay, so looking at power moves. The other thing is we're looking at is lower time frame power moves. So if you have the video on the power moves, just crank it down on the time frame, and wherever I have these 2 arrows, I have lower time frame power moves, and these are kind of like half, okay, because we cut the time frame in half, and what we get is moves that are typically like 1%. So we're looking for 1% moves, and here's an example. Okay, and here's an example, here's an example. And if you look at it, even if you go long somewhere around here, 1185, when you pop up to here, it's 1200. So we're looking at about 1%. Okay, and you can get a good number of these 1%. And if you notice the 1% power move, and you had one here, and that only went up to there, and had one here, and that went up to about here, which was more than 1%. But this was a risky time that I personally would not trade against the trend. At the time, it was just plowing down to here, and when it went down to here, if you remember, we sent out an ORE signal, and we'll talk more about the RTE technique. So here you have your half cycle power move. Here you have your half cycle power move. And here you have your half cycle power move, regular cycle power move, half cycle, half cycle. As you can see, there's a lot more half cycle power moves in this particular time frame here than there were regular cycle power moves. Okay, and here's your regular power move, your regular, and sometimes they come together. Here's your regular and here's your half cycle. Okay, and the benefit of having a half cycle power move is that you can lower your risk point a little bit more. Okay, if you can have a half cycle around the same time frame that you have a full cycle, you get a longer trade and lower risk cycle because you want to cut your risk. And then so we have that, and that's we cover that in our intraday course, and that's that we when we teach the intraday seminar, we will have that as a portion of it. So we'll cover what's in the manual. We'll cover this particular the power move concept. We'll cover the another breakout we're going to have is for the what the heck are those called? It's for the ORE, for example. This was a beautiful ORE. Move down to here. OREs are, I find, are really best for the ends of corrections. Okay, so for example, if you go on andrewscourse.com/WordPress, you'll see that there's a chart I posted that where you see what the last price is, and on that chart, and that's when I posted the chart, and that was way back down here, and it picked out this low down here, and that's pretty cool, being able to pick out that low. Okay, because that low has been holding for quite some time. So ORE, we'll have a breakout session for OREs, and that's covered anyway in the in the expanded course. Okay, the ORE. Okay, so and then last but not least, we will also be covering the sandbars. Sandbars are really cool. I really like those. Sandbars are fun because they give me some very long-term moves. Let me take a look where some of the sandbars that were recently were. Some of them were. One of them was here, for example. This was a sandbar. I know that there were some more in here, but sandbars typically use hourly charts and then look for moves that are 10% or more. Let's see where else. Okay, so we had one. We had a sandbar coming in. Here we go. Yep, we had a sandbar coming in over here. We had one coming in over here. We had one coming in up here. Just a whole slew of them. We had them down here. So these are ones that give the bigger moves, and it's a way of focusing in on the intraday technique for the bigger moves. Now, those of you that know the sandbar technique know that it helped to find the top in the Euro USD a few months back. And it's really kind of neat because what happens is quite often when you have a sandbar reversal, you will also have other indicators coming in there telling you, hey, this is a nice long-term thing. And the sandbar happens on the 60-minute, and the other guys come on the bigger time frame. Excuse me. And it is just beautiful, beautiful in most cases. So this is what we have right now in the SPY. I hope this gives you an idea as to what we'll be covering in the intraday seminar. Now, in the different breakout sessions of the intraday seminar. So if you have a The expanded course, you already have videos on that. If you're a person who's far overseas or just can't make it to the seminar for whatever reason, we will have videos that cover these different sections. Okay. And so we only permit a few people a year to come into the Sandbar program. And so we keep that to a reasonable number. And the expanded course is limited to 100 people in total. That's the max. That's all it's ever going to be. So, and with that, you get this massive. It's massive. It's somewhere close to 1,000 pages of material, of original Andrew's material, and some of mine. So, and a bunch of videos that I put together for you. So anyway, I hope that gives you better insight on the intraday seminar and the intraday videos. Like I said, those of you that'll have difficulty traveling, just let me know and we'll set up some video stuff for you. Okay? Thank you. See you next time.